Good morning, Mrs. Graham, Sister Joanne, Sister Jean, Mrs. Perfetti, Mrs. Sullivan, faculty, family, friends, and of course, my fellow graduates, the class of 2017. I am so honored to be able to speak to you all today. While writing this speech, I found myself asking, did our 4 years at Sacred Heart match our expectations? For some of us, our 8th grade expectations for high school were based on the stories of older sisters. But for others, our mental pictures or daydreams were based more on High School Musical. So did our 4 years resemble those of Sharpay, Gabriella, and Troy? Well, at Sacred Heart, students do not typically burst into song and dance. I say not typically because at the Disney senior trip, I was with some of the theater girls, and they often did burst out in show tunes. But for the rest of us, walking the halls of Shaw, not so much. On the other hand, there is an important and strong resemblance between Sacred Heart and the fictional East High. High School Musical ends with the song, "We're all in this together," a song with these lyrics. Everyone is special in their own way. We make each other strong. We're not the same. We're different in a good way. Together is where we belong. That describes a family, and we, the class of 2017, are such a family. This designation did not come to us automatically. It is something we had to grow into. Way back before school officially started, during Study Skills Week and freshman orientation, we were acquaintances, carefully maneuvering into lunch table groups of 4, so terrified that we might be the one left standing without a place. But we all did find a place, and once we achieved that security, we began to breathe easier. On that very first day, we also began the process of trusting each other, and even trusting in ourselves, believing that we could actually do this. We could do high school. The trust in each other that began on that first day grew stronger with each passing day. It grew stronger because we didn't judge each other. We certainly didn't judge each other's hair or makeup or lack thereof. And it grew stronger because we never hesitated to help each other. Like parents in any family, our teachers have set the tone by example. This past winter, students in my AP Lit class asked Ms. Smertz to give us an extra essay assignment so that we could have a chance to better our grade. And Ms. Smertz agreed, even though it meant she would have to pull an all-nighter in order to get those extra essays graded before the quarter's end. That kind of generosity, modeled for us throughout our 4 years, set the tone, so that when we students realized that seeing Hamilton was Miss Graz's dream, we were thrilled to band together and surprise her with tickets to the hit show. And when we threw a baby shower for Ms. Schreiner and presented her with a crib, we were excited as little kids on Christmas morning, watching our parents open gifts that we'd made for them with love and care. Our teachers modeled for us the joy of giving, and in so doing, they taught us how to be there for each other. In other ways, too, we, the Sacred Heart class of 2017, are a family. We even have our sibling rivalries. Red team versus gold, anyone? And we have family traditions. From our first walkathon to senior tree lighting, and even to our newest tradition, Spirit Week. These events have marked our transitions and bound us together ever closer. And importantly, like any sisters do, we've done a lot of growing up together. Each of us has had our share of triumphs at Sacred Heart, and we've had our share of disappointments. And both sets of experiences have shaped us into who we are today. If we hadn't made those missteps in high school, whether academic or social, we would probably look just as we do now, but we would actually still be 8th graders inside. Scary, huh? It is the sum of our challenges and our successes, and it is the platform of family love that we stand upon. It is all of this that makes us who we are today. Women who are strengthened by our belief in ourselves and in each other, and who are ready to take on the world, ready to lead. Finally, no analogy to High School Musical would be complete without remembering our senior retreat. Where did El Shaddai come from? Who started singing it that day? We will never forget streaming from the pews, holding hands and swaying, and singing our hearts out. Our hearts that we have shared with each other. Our hearts, stronger and better than they were 4 years ago. Today, we will march out of this theater and we will share our hearts with the wider world. We are ready to lead with heart. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2017. We did it!